Hi everyone, and I hope you're ready for some crafty inspiration. Excuse me. Now I was thinking about how else could I use the box of offcuts from my projects and not waste them, because there's some really pretty papers and all sorts of different things in there. There's heaps of foil left over from baby footprints that I've done, because you just can't really use it all. So what I decided to do is I made a cut file and made a thank you card. So this cut file could have made 7 cards. I had a few leftovers which I might use in another video, but decided only to do the 5. So if you're wanting this cut file, it's available in my group, so I'll pop that in the link below. So if you're wanting to know what this project's all about, I will pop a link to that in the comments below as well, and also I will link you to the resources that I used for this video. So obviously I can't link every single bit of scrap paper, but obviously the main items I can list in there for you. So I put this through the silhouette machine, and I only used copy paper setting, so it was quite light. So I should have probably did a different setting, so it was a little bit tough, or you can send it through a second time to get out of the holes. So that was my fault, I wasn't really thinking. So what I did is I used 2 pieces of 12 by 12 cardstock to put my cutout on, but you can use an A4 piece if you want, because I've set this file up for an A4, but I wanted to have 2 different colours anyway, so that's why I decided to do that. So I'm just taking these all apart, and now I won't make you watch all of this, so I will skip a bit of it here. Okay, so I've taken all the files apart. So I used the tweezers I had to just pop out the bits and pieces, help me do it, so they didn't wreck anything. I did break one little part, but that was easily fixed. So here you can see in one piece of paper on the white cardstock, it's just the shadow background of the thank you. So you could, if you wanted to, put another outline on the back, but I don't really see the need to. Completely up to you. Obviously it will be back to front. So what I decided to do with this first one is I'm just going through the papers, and I'm just going to fussy cut around each of the letters and make them all different colours and patterns. So I finally decided on the pieces that I wanted to do, and I remembered I had the photos of my daughter in the Heart Kids t-shirt with her Maya Heart Kids bear, and I thought it would be really cute to put it in the O, just to say thank you to someone that we know, obviously, that is supported Heart Kids in some way, just to make it really personal. So the T, I had a piece of scallop tealy mermaid print, which was pretty cool. And then I think I had like a greeny, antique-y looking piece of card, and I sort of alternated with the busy and plain cards, so it wasn't too over the top. So now I'm just drawing on the inside of each of the letters, and when I cut around them, I just do cut slightly on the outside of the letters, just so that I've got something to stick the paper to around that cut file. Thank you. So I've cut those all out, and now I'm just going to get all the letters and just use an eraser or a rubber, whatever you call it, and just lightly take the pencil off. Try not to go too hard, because I don't want to take the patterned paper off or part of the photo. I'm just lightly taking off my pencil marks to make sure that you can't see those inside the letters. So what I do is I get my glue, which is Scotch tacky glue, and that little bottle there with a fine tip on it, and I just go around the outside of the letters, or obviously turn it upside down first, and then just put some glue around the letters, and I make sure that I work quite quickly to do it. I decided to change tactics, and this doesn't work, but I did it anyway. So just put a little bit of glue around the outside, and then put the letter on. The reason I did it that way for the N is there was a word that I wanted to show on the N, and I cut it out specifically so that you could see it. It says kindness, so it says thank you, and then it's got kindness in the N, so I thought that was really cute on that paper. So that's why I turned it over, just to make sure I was getting it in the right space, and you could see it on the N when you looked at it. So a fairly easy process. As I said, I work quite quickly with this because the glue dries quite quickly, and there isn't a lot of movement, so yeah, just bear that in mind when you're doing that. So yeah. Okay, so I've backed all the letters, they're all glued and dried. Now I need to put in the little dot for the A, so you can tell that it's an A. One of the cards I couldn't find the middle of the A, so it might pay to, when you're taking it off, if you do use a machine to do it, to take those little bits aside and put them in a little pile to find them later, or if you're cutting them with scissors, do the same thing and put it to the side, or just makeshift one like I did. So here I am, just putting the glue on the back of that whole thank you, and then gluing it to that base, which is my card. So really, really simple, a little bit time consuming, but really effective, really cool, and you can tell, I put a lot of thought into doing that. And just trying to get colours to match and designs and things like that to work together is actually quite tricky. So it is, even though it's simple, is a challenge, and it's definitely something I'd recommend that you try at some stage. Because it's really, really cool little art project to do. So on to my next card, and instead of using the white outline this time, I'm going to use I don't know what you call it, it's like a light blue colour. So I'm going to use the outline. No, I'm not. I've decided to use the cutout letters on the white instead. So before I did all of these, I had no real plan in place except for basically that first card that I did, and everything other than that was just a trial and error, and to see how it looked and see how many different ideas I could come up with. just to yeah, to make sure I used everything and there wasn't wastage. So that was pretty plain. Okay, so I decided to do another sort of watercolor technique. So I used the gelatos in my last video of this project. So this time I am using the Ken Oliver Crafts liquid. I actually don't even have the packet, but basically it's Colour Burst. That's what it is. Galaxy Colour Burst. They're so cool. So basically what it is these tiny little things, but they've got so much colour and punch. So you just put so that's the Bristol Smooth cut that I've got there that I'm using, which is doesn't seep, the water doesn't seep through. So yeah, you just put the powder on the top of the card, and then you use your spritz bottle or some water, and it just goes everywhere, and it just looks, it's so cool and so vibrant. It does get ink on your hands, but that's okay. So I did the Jupiter and the Solar Flare colours, and I also put in the Platinum as well, which is a shimmery silvery type colour, and I use the embossing heating tool to dry that. I also put that one to the side, and I come back to that one at the end just to make sure that it's completely dry before I finish it. So on to the next one. So now I have the light blue outline of the thank you, and a white card, and I'm going to back this with some black card that I found in the box, and I thought that would be really cool, just make it pop. So just taking the bits out that I hadn't taken out, and I'll just do like I did with the first card and just pop glue all around the back of those letters, and then pop it straight onto the black card. And what I'll do with this one is I'll actually just cut around the whole image. It doesn't take too long, but yeah, it's definitely makes it look better if you can do that. Okay, so all cut out and glued on. Now I run out of my scrapbook.com adhesive, which I love. It's so easy with the littler projects rather than a big ATG gun, but you can use those on your bigger projects. So I have to go back to the glue stick. Dum dum dum. So that's what I'm doing here, is looking for the glue stick. And if you watch any of my other videos, you know that I hate the glue stick, but it is my backup. And here you have another simple but effective thank you card. How cool is that? So coming back to the watercolour card, so there's my background. And it's all dry, so glue that onto my card. I'm really stoked at how that came out. So then I just get the letters that have been cut out of the cut file, and I glue those onto the background. And how cool do they look? That background just makes those letters stand out. And I'm just using a ruler here as a guide just to help me get them straight on the top and the bottom. You don't have to. I could have done them wonky and purposely made them out of place, but I decided to go with this way because the background was so vibrant and busy. I'll just keep this quite simple. So super happy with that in the end. And one more card to go. So now I'm going the light blue with the white, just popping out all the bits that I haven't yet taken out. So I decided with this one to do it a simple one as well. And all I did, just to personalise a little bit, was do the same with the O, and I cut out a photo of my daughter in her HABH t-shirt with her Maya bear and glued it in the O. I love this photo. It's such a cool photo. Like, we haven't had any professional photos done apart from when we went to see Ronan's family who lives in Ireland. We got some photos done there with his family, some professional photos done, which are really cool. But other than that, this one was just happened to be taken at the Teddy Bears picnic. So yeah, I really love it. And yeah, it's from a local girl here. She also has Dance Express in Hastings, and I would go there and do hip hop with Eva sometimes. So it's really, really fun. And when I was actually on maternity leave and Eva was in her spiker cast, I would actually go to her baby wearing dance class and either wear her or put her down on the ground and watch us. I mostly wore her because when she was in the cast, it's hard to get her occupied and stimulated, so it was a really good way for her to be stimulated and to do something different. It killed me, but she loved it. So yeah, if you ever wanting to do something and you're in Hawke's Bay and you're having your maternity leave, you've got a baby or a kid, I definitely recommend going to her studio and do one of her mum's classes. Just heaps of fun. It's just relaxing. It's, you don't have to do anything in particular. It's a really, really, really fun thing to do. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and tell me which card you like the best, which version, in the comments below. That would be really cool. And also, if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And yeah, if you've got any queries or questions, either pop them below or ask them in my Facebook group. And the cutout file that I've designed for this card will be available in my Facebook group as well if you wanted it. Okay, thanks again, guys.